Hey guys, welcome back to AZ Triumphster. Well, it's Saturday in the afternoon and I'm bored, so I found something to do. I've been holding on to I took off the Stage 1, the Arlen Ness Stage 1 Big Sucker air cleaner from my Slim before I traded it in, and I've been holding on to it waiting to put slip-ons on and to get a tuner. I actually picked up the tuner this weekend, working on slip-ons, but since I'm bored, I'm going to go ahead and install the air cleaner now and try to document this and see if I've gotten any better at it. So let's get cracking. Now, the way I understand it is this air cleaner is actually a pretty good air cleaner from the factory, and that if you wanted to upgrade it further, apparently the backing plate is something that can be changed. But I mean, you can tell just from so I had a Softail Slim, and that came with almost it completely enclosed. Pretty sure the straight bob, the standard, they're all that way. Probably the 107s for the most part. And so this definitely has more flow here. So I'm hoping that this badge is a removable piece, separate. Let's find out. By the way, this is a 1/8 Allen head, or Allen key or T handle, if that's what you prefer. And of course, there's the always present Harley excessive use of thread locker. So these are in here good. But already this, yep, and it's plastic. This is a plastic cover. So that's really cool to find that out, because I guess just to extend this to any of you guys, and I'll probably let some other folks know too that I know have 107 with the factory air cleaner, that this, with the removal of this cover, it'll fit right up on your 107, either it's a slim or standard or whatever the case is. This bolts right up to that motor, the same as it bolts up to this motor. And so with the removal of this cover right here, you have yourself a fairly high performing air cleaner. There may be different badges out there that you can replace this with. This may be, no, I think that's part of the badge, but yeah, so thought that was pretty cool. Okay, so by taking that off, we've exposed 2 more bolts, betting that those are going to pull this housing and give us access to the filter itself. A little small on that. Let's go grab the right size. 5/30 seconds. A little bit easier. Yeah, that one's coming right off. Alright. You want to have a safe place to keep all these parts too, in case you put it back on. Go. Ooh, okay. So that also held the air filter to the backing plate. So that was all one piece there, as you could see. But I mean, I don't know how well you guys can see it, but I mean, there's a decent amount of light coming through. So this paper filter is fairly thin. So again, this appears to be a pretty decent flow. I'm going to be surprised if I actually do see a difference between this air cleaner and the Arlen Ness Stage 1. I may have to spring for a Stage 2 air cleaner. But this is really nice from the factory. So I got my money's worth on this bike, it looks like. 5:30 seconds again. Yeah, I guess you could stand to pull these breather pieces off first. Get those out of the way. It's fairly clean in here, but only 650 miles. So let's get this. Not again with the thread locker. Surprising. Well, maybe I'm wrong. Let's break these other guys loose. Make sure we're not holding anything in place too much. Right, so to get these guys out, you're going to want a 7/16 socket. Something that's probably got some depth to it just because of the breather ends. But you might be able to make whatever you have work. Well, not a lot of torque on that either. The other nice thing about having a taller, deeper socket is you can avoid dinging up your tank. But, watch the heat shields too. Okay, so that looks like once those are off, that's going to allow this whole piece to come off. So we're just going to be a little careful, a lot of careful. Okay, so that's about done. I just put it back in about a thread or two because I'm going to pull this whole thing off as one. Backing plate and bolts together. Okay, so that's out. Ta-da. Well, as I was removing the gasket from the factory air cleaner backing plate to then use it with the Arlen Ness Stage 1 Big Sucker, and I was pulling the components for the Big Sucker out of the box, and I realized that it's the same. It's basically the same layout. Here, check this out. You've got your backing plate, right? And I mean, it's got a nifty little catch thing for your oil that comes out of the breather bolt, the venting. But you got your 3 points. You got where your breather bolts go. You've got your air cleaner. Big difference here is this one's serviceable, so you can you can clean it and re-oil it. And then you've got the cover, right? Now this is an addition that I had made to put over this so the brush would show through. It actually looks really cool. Let's do this kind of step by step here, just so we can kind of track this all back, so we can make the comparison. You have your backing plate, filter goes on it. See? You've got your cover, and then like I said, this is an addition here, but that threads in, and essentially that's what that looks like. But I guess what I've concluded is that I'm not actually going to swap this out because they function the same. I already looked it up. The different filter element that's going to be comparable to this one that's foam, that's serviceable, is only $60. I'll probably do that just to hold me over. But when I do get an air cleaner for this, I think I'm going to go for something more in the Stage 2 realm, more performance driven. This is a fantastic air cleaner. I love the way it looks and how small and simplistic it is, and it definitely worked great on the 107 Slim. And it would fit any Softail, so it's a good filter for the money. But again, this is going to do the job just fine. I'm actually very impressed. This is the quality that comes from the factory on this bike. Again, to reiterate, I'm seeing more and more that I'm getting my money's worth out of this motorcycle. So anyways, I think what else you guys can take from this is if you're rocking a 107 and you're looking for an air cleaner, a Stage 1 air cleaner that isn't too expensive, you have a choice here, because normally when you see somebody post on OfferUp or Craigslist or eBay or whatever, Facebook Marketplace, hey, I'm selling my factory mufflers. Like those cans right there. I mean, who's going to buy those? I admire the attempt. I really do. But factory mufflers, come on. But this is, I think, the exception here. This air cleaner, if you guys, again, you have a 107 Slim Standard, maybe you have a Street Bob 2018, 2019, 2020 Street Bob, and you have a 107, that air cleaner, which I'll show here, is, as you can tell by the components here, extremely restricted compared to this. This one would do fantastic on and for a 107. So if you see one, knowing that you can get the better filter element for it, maybe you want to snatch it up. I mean, if they're selling it for 100 or less, I mean, you know, maybe throw them a low ball number. Don't be too rough on them. But you know, if you can get it for under $100, you're getting a quality product, a quality filter, performance-oriented part that's going to do good for your bike. And I suppose this one is going to need a home. So, yeah, since I'm going to run this, and then if I do change it, it will be something else. Yeah, this guy's going to need a home. So if any of you are interested, let me know. If you know anyone that's interested, have them hit me up. You know, obviously the comments will work for that kind of thing. And but I'm very reachable at Dean Speed Customs. The phone number there is 623-262-2757. The email is contact@dean-speed.com. But I appreciate you guys hanging out. I started out thinking I was going to switch these air cleaners today. I'm actually really happy with what I found out. It's really cool and refreshing to know that this is what's coming from the factory. Yeah, I hope there was some valuable information that you guys found in this. Subscribe to the channel, because I'm thinking it sounds like handlebars are going to be next, unless that seat arrives before the handlebars are done. But more to come. Like the video, and stay safe, guys.